so he is working on it.
Okay, so I did that. Should be fine now. And also, I think all of you are lying because I tested the microphone. I tested it. There's nothing wrong. Anyway, now we're going to...
Okay, so that sounds good. Oh, and now here's the fan.
Yes. Let's put it like this.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so we can do that. We can do that.
Is the computer going to explode at some point because the fan's not running?
Maybe.
Awesome.
We've certainly had it happen before. And basically, I did a little trick. So remember when it was happening a lot?
Mm-hmm.
I just went in and messed with the settings and basically said, don't shut down when you're feeling overheated. And it was like, okay. And so, you know, that's why, you know, when it runs, it like has to blast that fan. That app that was suggested, I forget who suggested it.
Applesauce Project.
Ah,
Cupcake Parade.
Cupcake Parade recommended it. Called Max Fan Control. That basically allows you to adjust the fan speed. And so if we're going to be using this internal microphone, yeah, we got to turn the fan down so that you can hear us. Oh, Megan. But yeah, this might mean that, you know, we'll just go off the air at some point. We'll see.
It'll be exciting.
We could turn on that fan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that would help.
It's also freezing in here, so, you know, maybe the computer will be happy with that.
Maybe. Okay, so first of all, hello to everyone.
Blower kicks.
Apologies for the weird sounds, and apologies for no individual mention since we were dealing with sound, and as people were saying hello,
Kind of look
I
that up.
was not able to keep up with all the individual hellos. But hello to everybody. We are going to be right, and you'll have to create a new one.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, we may be back. I think we're back.
It just, first we're going to put this back on automatic.
Dark Horse, I like that. You're a noisy bunch. Yes. Excellent. Okay, so I think we are officially back.
Yeah.
Yay.
You know, I don't think that I actually turned the computer off and turned it back on last time. Or unplugged the microphone and plugged it back in.
Well, next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
You could try to unplug it and plug it back in right now. The microphone. I mean.
Sure.
Yeah.
You sure could. And Matisse, make sure that it's like all the way live. Sometimes when we buffer, it pushes you back and then isn't fully live. But yeah, sometimes it does just seem to take a while between comments and when we're actually talking, which is also even weirder when there's the delay between, you know, like us asking a question and then we stare at comments waiting. So yeah, if you want to try while I talk about the poll, if you want to try that.
Let's do it. But I'm going to need to be over here.
You sure you want to do this on during a live stream?
You just scoot over. There you go.
Oh, wait.
Front and center, Jess.
Okay. Oh, Bib had a dream that you and he were in Italy taking a creative writing class, and the instructor kept hitting you over the head with a foam sword to get you to pay attention.
Did he seriously just say that? Wow.
This is amazing.
That is really cool.
Okay, I love it, Bib. And I feel like that's totally on point with what David would be doing in class and him having to be hit over the head with a foam sword.
And today we talk about Italo Calvino. Hey, David!
Exactly.
And I'm just sitting there just like on my phone, messing around, showing it to somebody. Hey, look at this cat. Look at this cat. Takes a big old sword.
Yes. All right. So for the poll, right, Jonathan? I totally want to see an enactment of the dream in real life.
So he's hitting me with a foam rubber sword. What's he doing with you? Like, are you just trying to sit there, pay attention? Are you paying attention to me?
Jonathan suggested I could be the teacher.
Ooh. Today, class, we're just going to go to Italy.
All right. So we started off the font and the writing system in this poll. Specifically, we had really 3 options, and then the first option, which you see on the screen right now, option A, was cut into 2. And so all the A votes counted together because they're really the same. It's just one has serif and one doesn't. And so that's A and A1. And then, I scrolled way too fast. Sorry about that, everyone. B has a lot more curved terminations, like it says there on the screen. And so it was intended to look like little tubes, like little underground mouse burrowings and whatnot. And then
Sorry.
This is why this should not happen live.
Oh, there it is.
David's about to knock something off the wall. All right, and the last one is all swishy and swashy and swashbuckly. And okay, so yeah, I apologize that like part of the images are being cut off, but at least you can get, unless I can drag, like I can just
scroll.
drag. No, they're being cut off left to right.
Left to right?
Like, look.
Oh, that's
so
weird.
I can just drag it over?
Yeah. What?
I got it.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I do something?
So now you can see it as David.
I'm gonna try something. Everybody be calm. In a minute. All right, we're gonna switch to the Yeti microphone, all right? And then I'm gonna mess around with stuff if it doesn't work, okay? So first things first.
Okay, so we just need to stick with this.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. I don't understand what's going on with this.
I mean, we can restart the whole system.
Yeah.
and try that. You know, the IT crowd method. But okay, so going back, Matisse, I think you're absolutely right that no foam sword would stop David from tangents. That made me laugh.
Here, hold on a sec. I'm gonna try to just. Hold on a sec. It's at 31:34 right now.
Okay.
Let's do just like. Let's just do like 27:22s, I guess. Let's do like that.
All right, if we disappear, we'll come back, hopefully.
Yeah. It's happened before. Anyway, all right, so back to this. Everybody sees what's going on here?
Yes, and so now, Megan had said that was fine, so maybe we didn't need to adjust the fan. People were saying the fan wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, but let's just see.
So this was a very, very close vote in last place. Now, mind you, again, going back to this, it was option A, B, and C. I'm really bad at using mouse. There we go. All the votes are going to get counted together because if you voted for A, then it becomes a stylistic choice of serifed or not. And then B and C. So there's 3 major options. And of those 3 major options, B is out.
What?
So B is out. It received the fewest votes.
Seriously?
Seriously. David's upset. Okay, so B is like by a long shot. In second place with double the amounts of votes.
Were there like a ton of votes today or something?
There was a lot of changeover from the last time we looked at the poll together.
Okay.
This one is very close, by the way. But double the amount of votes that B got is C.
Okay.
So C is in second place. Now, A is the winner here.
Okay.
Okay, can you get it on A and A1? I am really bad at using the mouse.
Mm-hmm.
I have figured out how to use a trackpad and have never looked back. With 3 times the number of votes as B, A and A1 combined is the winner.
Okay.
Now here's the real fun, the real kicker. Remember how you said add the votes together and then whichever one gets more votes is the actual winner?
Yeah.
They're tied.
Oh.
And so it was a 50-50 split between the serifed and, non-serifed. And so, yeah, Mateus, it really was the comeback kid. Like, I really thought it was going to be B last time I looked at the poll. And then when I did the results today, I was like, where did all the B's go?
Yeah. Yeah, so wait, like what? Okay, so first of all, let's be clear about what the difference between A and A1 is. It's just whether there's an oval down there in the extra space, or if it's going to be a rectangle down there. They're both going to have serifs. They're both identical, except for whether it's
I misspoke.
A rounded rectangle or a serifed rectangle.
And so that's what,
Yeah.
I misspoke because for me, I was looking at serifed at the bottom because that was the only difference. The top is, yes, all serifed.
Okay.
It's really just the bottom, and that is the difference between them. And yeah, even split.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, then I guess what we need to do is throw it to vote here between A and A1. Basically, the rounded rectangle or the serifed rectangle, the true rectangle or the false one. A mouse touche would be a good cartouche pun. with mouse. Carthouse. And then if there's one carthouse, then there's 2 or more cartice.
You're gonna love the way I worded this.
Okay.
So have fun with voting.
Rounded ovally bottom.
Or a serifed rectangular bottom.
All right.
And so it's still A and A1 in terms of the actual voting, just like it is here on the screen. But yeah, I added text to make sure you knew which one you were voting for. Ratouche.
Ratouche. Ratatouche.
Ratouche.
Oh. And then for ragdoll, I mean, it would just depend on how the serifs actually work.
All right, so I'm
make an O
ending
shape.
the votes because we have, well, God, I swear it's like at the end of the poll, we get all these new viewers. Okay.
To the big screen. Jessie Megan has put us on her big screen.
Ooh, fancy. Okay, so we now have enough votes that this is a clear winner, and it is the serifed rectangular bottom. A1 is the winner. Now, hopefully, I ended the poll. There we go.
Yeah.
It's like, hopefully it catches up. So that is what's gonna.
All right.
We're gonna move forward with. And hello, Cupcake Parade.
All right. So then we'll. So then the next step is going to be to actually, now that we have a style, to do something or other with this.
I would like to address something really quickly.
Yes.
Because people are asking, like, could there be variations? Of course. Like, this is just about the font we are actually creating.
Yeah.
It's going to have a rectangular bottom, but that's not to stop handwriting to, for instance, not have any serifs and to be very rounded on bottom. Like, it's not going to stop any variations on the theme. And in fact, that bottom one could still be an option for a very fancy mouse calligraphy expert, calligrapher, if you will.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop them from being able to write like that. It's just we are not going to invest time and energy on this stream to create those variations. We're going to stick to A1.
Yes.
That's really what you're voting on.
Yeah. And I have made multiple fonts for a conscript. It just takes time.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't got that kind of time. But this is an interesting choice because now the mice are somewhat even more formal. I like this.
I think it really matches what I envisioned for the mice, because as much as people liked C and like the swashbuckliness of it all, like, yeah, you totally knocked that image sideways while you were getting the microphone. But like, it didn't strike me as the buildup of the bureaucratic-y mice that we have been really talking about. And so again, like, an artsy mouse is going to totally have fun and use some sort of calligraphy while writing, but I feel like the standard pro forma is going to be very blocky and choppy.
Yeah. And by the way, that's one of the most confusing things about writing Arabic, because of course everything connects. And so you have this letter Sin in particular. Sheen at least has the 3 dots over it, but Sin, it's like you just kind of have to know it's there when the line's a little longer than it should be. It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe that when I saw that was how writing was. Like, but what happened to the little teeth? I used to have so much fun drawing them. And they're like, nah, just a line. Yeah, ridiculous. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll work up some stuff about this. I think maybe the next Like we could honestly do like 4 or 5 pulls with this thing. But I'm gonna take it back, take a look at it, and see if we're gonna vote on if the big glyphs are gonna be alphabetical or syllabic. I think they're gonna need to be alphabetical, but I don't know. Anyway, got nobody time with those little bumps, those little bumpsies.
I think Pages has definitely.
My.
There we go. Okay.
By the way, Cupcake Parade, thank you for the recommendation for Max Fan Control using it. And so far, it's only resulted in 1 catastrophic failure.
And that's because David tried to reduce it by half instead of just bumping it down. Really, let's place the blame. I need my foam sword.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, Megan, that's an interesting question about whether they would actually regularly update their writing system by committee vote, and maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
I also thought it was strange.
Only one amateur.
I also thought it was strange, Freddie, and I didn't know about it until it showed up on the screen, and it's like, well, they're gonna do their thing. Yeah, you're just a hired gun. All right. In real life, mice use syllables. Okay. So that's settled. So,
yes.
You want to do more of this?
I do. I feel like, were we, the end of last time, I know, wow, I hope we didn't, it may be a Pages issue.
I mean, it appears to be fine on the screen over here, so maybe just don't make any edits.
But they're saying, did the screen, Spartan Creeper is asking, did it just stop or is it just me? Okay, well, I sure hope we're still streaming.
Mice are French.
Okay. Okay, so Jonathan said thinks it's just Spartan Creeper. I just momentarily, because when that comment popped up, I also was kicked off Pages, and so I was like, oh my, did we just die? But, okay. Rubber stamp syllabary. Okay, anyway. I was trying to, oh goodness, now my voice is gone. That's awful.
Okay. So now Jesse and I are going to sing Unchained Melody together. Oh, my love. Go ahead.
My darling. Okay. Now, let's hope that my voice, as it's coming back, stays. I'm trying to remember, though, like, I know we were working on these manners, but, like, was there something else that we were, or not manners, but modalities, rather, was there something else we were working on at the end? Or was this really, like, it? I mean, I totally want to do more of these because they're fun. Also, I want to run them through more verbs to make sure I'm doing them correctly. And I also want to talk about the verb to hug. Specifically because I wanted to do a drawing last week using the verb to hug. But then I couldn't figure out what agreement it would take and whether the huggee would be in a natural or unnatural case. So, like, if I were to, say, draw a picture of a mouse hugging a turtle, and so it's the mouse hug the turtle, or is hugging the turtle, would the turtle, what case would the turtle be in? Oh. And then I was like, maybe I'm just going to do the mice are hugging. But then I didn't know if hugging required a direct object, in which case it would need an each other.
Yeah.
And so I went through all of these variations in my notes, only to decide, you know what, we've done to eat. It's going to be a mouse who just ate a big meal. And so, all that is to say, I would love to talk about the argument structure of the verb to hug to
Sounds
support
good.
my dream of drawing a hugging mouse sometime in the coming week.
All right. Then we will do that. Sorry, I'm just I was just doing some pruning while I was listening.
Oh, you were listening, sure.
Do we have long vowels in this?
No.
Not even a long ah? I think that was a different language. Okay.
I know what language we have a lot of long ahs in, and it's not this one.
Yeah.
And Dark Horse has an interesting question. Would the turtle be a recipientive case? And again, these are all great questions that I could not answer without having a larger discussion about it. And I thought that would be silly for David and I to have a lengthy discussion about the argument structure of a verb in this language without taking the opportunity to talk about verbs that are transitive and yet kind of differently transitived, like hug.
All right, let's. Where's where are our cases? Here we go.
Freddie. Oh my. Freddie makes a funny comment though. Pages is indeed offline. And so
I want to save a copy. That's ridiculous. What do you mean I'm offline? I don't think that you know what internet is, Pages.
yeah, this is bizarre. Nothing is freezing up on the live stream. Although there was this little dip-a-doo.
Yeah.
Maybe it did freeze just not long enough for it to stop the stream.
Oh, by the way, do you want to change the blinds?
Oh, yes, because I was going to see if that would make me look less like an angel with a glowing aura. Jay, that makes me laugh. And Freddie, I'm thinking of a land turtle, not a flippery, underwatery turtle. But that is a valid point. Now we're going to flip that up and see. Okay, now I'm sitting back in position. We're going to see if I look a little bit. Whoa, look at that.
Snow dish should, but when it's a snail that should do it.
I don't know. I think that part of my face is just, you look at the screen, because if I look at it, my whole face is in light. Do I look less washed out?
I never know what your beef is with light, so I always think you look great.
Oh, now it's giving me the, do you want to save a copy? Save a copy so we can keep going, because it's not, unless you want to close.
We haven't changed it. Let's just close the document.
But you just changed all that writing stuff. If it thinks it wasn't online, that will be lost.
Okay. Go ahead and close your document. And then quit Pages. I mean, it's not a really big deal if we lose that stuff, right?
I mean, you can redo it. You know.
Ooh.
Rainbow ball.
Okay.
So just like make that small and try to maybe reopen it.
Hello, friendly document.
And see if all those deletions were saved. No.
Yeah, they were.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay. And I just won't edit from my copy.
You're offline.
But you can edit. It's just I won't. Like, I'm not going to try.
Well, okay, but like.
Well, then you can delete that copy.
Yeah.
I'm just typing a message. Okay. Now. It is prime stew weather. I want some stew now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so back to it.
Yeah, we're just permanently messed up. All right, so we're looking at hug. I just want to see all the cases.
Yes. And then the sources for the cases are right above the table.
Oh, I mean, the huggy is the unnatural one, because the natural thing is to go around hugging people.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But when you're receiving a hug, and let's say it's the mouse and the turtle are hugging, and it's an equally granted hug. I mean, granted, like the sentence, I can make it work where it's unnatural for a turtle, and that's
Yeah.
totally good.
I think you
But
should do
out
that.
of curiosity,
Well, I think this is what I think. I think it's a good debate. And I think that it's the type of thing that mice will argue about.
because if you return the hug,
Mhm.
are you now natural case?
Yeah. See?
And so in my drawing, should the turtle be like limp-armed because they're totally not hugging back?
Well, now it feels like it should be a two-part drawing. One where the turtle is being a gloomy Gus and is getting a hug despite his gloominess. And another where...
As I am most days.
And another where he participates fully.
And then is the sentence going to change?
It's up to you. Because you are the writer.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Really, it's something that should go to committee. And we know this. It's something that should go to committee and then the committee should decide.
And so, right, Mateus are hugging each other, but like, how do we say each other in this language?
Well,
So anyway,
we haven't done that yet.
I know,
it would
but
be
like,
something on the verb.
not only have we not done that, but we also don't have a way to coordinate. So I can't say the mouse and the turtle are hugging because we don't have coordination yet.
No, we don't.
And so, anyway, it's natural to hug everything, which means it can't be unnatural
That's actually an interesting
to
point.
receive a hug.
That is actually an interesting point. Oddly says, consider a reciprocated hug is natural, an unreciprocated hug
Oh.
is unnatural. But this shows up on the subject.
Oh, because if the person is not reciprocating, then you did not choose your hug wisely.
No.
Interesting. The mouse and turtle become one. That's a different drawing.
It sounds like something you'd learn when you're doing a High Valerian Duolingo.
Like, I feel like it would be like a spiritual drawing where they like are swirling in the air and they become one.
I look forward to seeing it.
Anyway, that is an interesting point. Okay, I have ideas. Now I can get a drawing done, maybe a two-part drawing.
All right.
One with a very sad turtle indeed who can't even bear to hug back. And one with a, whether happy or sad, a hugging back turtle. Okay. Interesting. In Zakari, no, a hug doesn't have to be a verb. Obviously, it could be the act of a hug, hence the noun. We haven't done that for this language, though.
I suppose it could be a preposition.
Hug, because it totally is in this language.
Preposition?
It's where we get the committed.
It is.
Yeah.
We don't have
Prep
a
or
committed.
post. If you go back to the verb list, it's applicative is what it is.
Oh, it's an
not preposition. Sorry.
applicative. Oh, see, that makes sense because, of course, yeah. I mean, it makes sense for, yeah. All right.
Okay, so now we can go back to
Yeah.
the modalities.
Yeah.
I am happy to continue that.
Yeah, so am I, but still kind of afraid of modifying this document.
It just means I shouldn't be trying to do anything in the document at the same time because, and in fact, I'm not even going to open it because I don't want to have it mess with anything. So I'm stuck with wherever you are on screen.
I feel like when I touch it, it's going to complain.
No, it's just going to say this is offline. When you're back online, it will be shared.
Let's find out.
Hence the if you want to save a copy. So it's like until it's back online. But this is like, we have shared copies of documents that you have, for example, edited while flying.
Mm.
And you just told me don't open and do anything until I can update. This is the same thing I did while living in a place where I had no internet at home. I would go home,
Okay.
edit it, and then I'd have to wait till I was back in town to update.
Okay. All right.
Have we talked about that much in the live stream? The fact that for like a lot of this year I lived in a place without internet. Which meant I always had to like literally go to town, sit in my little town office to get internet.
It's your little town spider.
Yeah, the mailbox had a spider and it grew very large to the point where I stopped getting the mail and let the spider take the mail.
And the mail wasn't even hers.
It wasn't half the time. Oh, and Minnie's here. Yay. Okay. So let's move forward. And if you're worried about it saving, you can always do a big Control-A, Control-C, put it in a new document, and double check to make sure it's all there when we come back. Oh, yeah, I did. It was a kind of place where I had to sit by a particular window to be able to make a phone call. It was good times. All right. Back online. See, I just sort of chatted enough to get us back online. So now you can happily make some edits.
For you folks that are younger, like our entire 7th grade year was spent without internet. See, and I didn't do anything.
No, it's back offline.
But like I didn't do anything, and so it's not gonna let me even go forward, right?
No, which is why at this point we need to just talk about maybe you should only open up an offline copy. Anyway, and Megan, yes. That was in fact part of how I had to work on Mini Shay with David, because I was actually in the same location when we did part of that work, and so I would do all the work just at home, like on a laptop, and then go to the library to upload all the work. And what were you in the middle of saying?
I don't know. That we spent our entire 7th grade year without the internet. So, I mean, for the younger folks, I want you to think about the entirety of 7th grade not having any internet at all.
Are you suggesting you had internet in all the other years but 7th grade?
What do you think? We get AOL.
Because I'd
9th
like to,
grade?
I mean, maybe for you. I didn't have access to internet until my senior year of high school, and that was only in the library at my school. And I was very confused about what I was supposed to do with it, and this whole email thing was very confusing to me.
Oh, it's a person. Sorry.
And so...
I definitely had it by 10th grade. I know I had it by 10th grade.
Yeah, I did not. And so I spent a lot of life without internet. Okay, moving. Oh, and I did see, Jake, I saw your comment, and yeah, that would be pushing things down the line. So I may do like a temporary fix for Hug, and we may end up changing it. The tech bugs. Nice. Um, yeah, that is really unfortunate, Miles, because stink bugs are the worst because you try to catch them to take them outside, they release their stink. You kill them, they release their stink. You don't kill them, they die on their own, and they still stink. So I'm very sorry to hear that. Okay, now, written in a spiral. Interesting.
So we are offline again.
Which means at some point,
so
it could just be a Pages thing.
At some point in time, what's going to happen is it's going to come back online, and then it'll go off, and then it's going to give me the meow, and then that'll be it.
Which is why I said, just open an offline document that's not shared with me. Make all the changes you want in that. We'll copy and paste it back into this one.
Huh. Okay.
Or you could even like duplicate this one. And then we could just mark in a different color all the edits we made today.
Well, or we can just...
We can do that too. Oh no, Minnie has misplaced hot sauce. It's very unfortunate. Ooh!
And then
I think it's at least what?
300. Wow.
I was going to say it had to be at least 200. Woo!
Yeah, baby.
That zoomed in real fast.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, that's orange. I need to stare at that to be able to figure out how to pronounce it.
China.
Oh yeah, I'll let you do it.
Okay, I hope this copied over exactly the same so that when we paste it back, it'll still look good. Anyway, all right, here we go. We're just going to roll with this. Okay. So.
Confidence, caution, concern. Do we have any? And these were based on verbs? I think these were based on verbs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because the top one is based on scurry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think the next one is based on fall.
Yeah.
And the last one is based on, something else. I just popped my neck. And it did not want to be popped. Oh my.
Yeah. If we think of these as like serial verb constructions, I think that's going to make things a whole lot easier for us.
Yeah. I feel like circuitously is a good next place because surely we can come up with a verb.
Like meander? I mean, that's too specific, I think.
Spin. Right? Because that's how you would describe a little mouse chasing its tail. Little whirly wig.
Yeah, I like that. All right, let's do that. So, how do we, let's see.
Ooh, yay! Minnie found the hot sauce.
Which one?
That she needed for the mac and cheese, I believe.
What is it called?
Oh, sorry, what kind of hot sauce? Need to be more specific. To twist and subsequently shout. Love it.
It is needlessly complex. Let's do. So let me tell you about something that happened when I was a junior in college. I was so excited
Tabasco.
because I went in and saw that somebody was making, dinner for the house, and he was making a gigantic batch of hash browns, which are my favorite thing. I love hash browns. It's like one of my all-time favorite foods. And then as he was making it, and I was there, he was about to just dump Tabasco sauce in it. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, this is how I make hash browns. It's like, no, that's a sauce that you put on if you like Tabasco. You don't do that to dinner for the entire house. Like, what on earth are you doing? And he was looking at me like I was crazy.
You are.
And he was like, I can make you some separate. I'm like, just put the Tabasco sauce on the table. Anybody can put as much on as they want.
But there's a slight difference if you cook the Tabasco sauce. You get like the flavor integrated with everything, and it's very good.
If you add Tabasco sauce to something,
your...
it tastes like Tabasco sauce.
So I think you're missing the point.
And so then it no longer tastes like potatoes.
It's... Oh, you're not having mac and cheese. Sorry, I think I read a comment.
Tell me, Minnie. Tell me that you were having hash browns.
Dark Horse had made a comment as a joke, and I missed the joke, and I totally thought you were eating mac and cheese, which would be good with some Tabasco. And hash browns are even better. To spin. What's a good verb for to spin?
If Minnie says that she's eating hash browns, I am out of here.
Chips and sour cream.
Okay.
Nice. Right, Mateus? Like, I'm now thinking hash browns sounds good, and yeah, I need some hot sauce.
Then you could have some, because that is a nice personal choice to make.
Now I know how to keep you out of the hash browns.
Oh, sure, if you want to do that. If you want to do that.
The stare down. What's a good verb for to spin?
I don't know. Maybe we need a little inspiration.
Oh my god, do not spin me around. No. Okay, I'm going to hold on to this floating desk and potentially take it off the wall.
Well, fine, then I'm going to use you to spin. Woo!
Okay, there we go. All right, so now, as David grabs me, sends me all over the floor here,
So
I would love to go, okay, I'm going to have to do the same because I need to see the list of what we already have, or you need to be able to quickly go back and forth to our verb list because I want to see what we've already created, get something a little bit different. We already have we can see here what we have as suffixes to try to go with something a little bit different. But yeah, like something that, Tchaikovsky. Something that will go well here.
I was thinking W.
Ooh. As much as I like that, I'm pretty sure we already have a WU protoform / something close to it. I feel like I've lost my powers without being able to check this for you.
Yeah.
As we're working.
I want CBC because I want to be able to reduplicate this. Wait. No, but we can't do that, can we? Shoot. We can't reduplicate because it already reduplicates for inflectional reasons, doesn't it?
It reduplicates.
Is that where the reduplication happens? On the thingy?
Oh, go up. You missed it.
No. Really?
Oh my gosh. Now go down. Slowly. Right there. At the top of the page. Right there.
Oh.
Reduplication.
I don't know. It happens over here. So yeah, we can reduplicate. Unless there's reduplication with no aspect.
Right. If the aspect is not specified, then it's not there, which means reduplication is now next to the derivation.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Which means the derivation would be reduplicated.
Well, that could also be fun. That could also be fun. All right. So, do you want to go back to the verb list?
Oh, hey, Tunky. I feel like we need to mark where we are in the document with something we can search for, and then mark the verb list with something we can search for to go quickly back and forth. Like, X, 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 X.
Modality.
It's just if we keep it short.
Oh. No. All right. We're going to do down here, it's going to be X, 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 X. And then up there, we're going to do Z, 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 Z. Okay.
And Dark Horse, that's a cute idea, except we already have a word for a dog. We could potentially make spin look like it is related, because I believe that dog is actually V.
Uki.
Uki, there we go. What was V?
Yeah.
There is, in this list somewhere, I swear we had something, maybe not, okay.
To breathe.
There we go. I was like, I swear we had a V somewhere. And we sure did. Minnie, that was a dramatic episode. You're absolutely right. Reduplication. And we also have wound to bury as a protoform. So like I feel like as fun as woo is,
okay,
we've got some woo.
All right. Well,
where woo could be wooed.
Then just throw out a CBC form.
Let's see what's already been done.
Well, but this has also already been done.
What are you feeling? We're very excited today. What results in a modern day TS?
An S adjective.
Okay, so how about an S adjective something?
Yeah, let's do
S
that.
adjective, and then we can get the U in there. We can get S adjective U P or something. Soup.
Hold on, yeah, so it's just, okay, S adjective. Okay, it would end up being steep, right? Ooh, what's all this about? Where's the input?
I mean, your screen is so far over to the
Oh, there we are. Okay, so this is going to come out as T. I'm sorry, that is.
Dun, 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 dun. See? Oh, that's kind of, ooh.
Uh-oh. Did I just mute something?
I think you muted out, like, what's coming back to us. I hope we didn't just mute everybody.
All right. You like that?
I do like that. And I will say, Ali, yeah, the Y vowel, though, is not in the protoforms. That's only through sound changes that we get the E.
Yeah.
But we can end with it, which we just did. In Cupcake Parade, as much as I like your suggestion, that is very close to the word for to scurry. Add a T in front of that, and that's literally to scurry. And so, oh, good, Megan. Glad to hear we can still be heard.
And this, right?
No, that opening that you just highlighted is the agreement marker. It's the first person, third person. First person subject, third person agreement. That's the one that we just highlighted.
So, all right, we'll ignore that.
Yes. So
meep.
Yeah, meep is the verb in that case.
Got it.
But yeah, no, it was a great idea, Cupcake Parade, which is why when we needed a new verb, I came up with that one because I thought it was really cute. So great minds think alike. Oh, and yeah, I totally agree. We love it too. And so you will see it in the modern form with the C form, or C.
Why is it like that? Okay, well this is definitely going to be this. Okay. And now wound, is that right?
That's to bury, yes, and that is the aspect.
Okay, no, it's just. And so before a vowel, so this is the, so that's fine.
Yeah, before a W was only necessary for that one.
Let's see what happens before a vowel. It's going to still be high, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just with a P that shows up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. So. And we ate it in a roundabout fashion. Right.
Is roundabout one word? I thought it was one word.
I suppose it is. There we go. Okay.
It would be before a vowel if we had that ah suffix in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think of when it would be before a vowel, like given the examples we have, but that makes sense to me. Okay, good. So
Okay. I do want to take a look at this.
Oh my gosh, Megan, that's great. Ooh, what do you want to take a look at? Sorry.
Okay.
Far too much laughter going on outside. Should I like yell out the window?
What are y'all doing?
Me. I am an old lady now, so.
Not yet, you're not.
Oh man.
Okay. Just wanted to try this. Yeah. So I know that there's going to be a time where that thing gets reduplicated for different reasons. But I want to do this anyway. There we go. Yeah, there we are, there we are, there we are. And we have done something.
And you made Zakari cringe. So hard.
Which one?
I think when you did your old person voice yelling out the window.
Well,
excellent. So let's celebrate.
Yeah.
The cringing, because you did that. We celebrate that.
Here we
or
go.
celebrate. Oh no.
Celebrate.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to be 21 again.
So hey, like,
as we're talking there.
I've got a question for you, a bit of a protocol question. We got a lot of these here.
Yeah.
What do you think about me doubling up? Having a second one.
Go for it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're okay with this? Okay.
Oh my goodness. You realize we're live. People are going to wonder what I do to you off camera that makes you afraid to have a second Kopiko when we have an entire canister of them.
Well, it's just it hasn't been done on the stream before. It hasn't been done. And so I didn't know if it would be breaking protocol to have a second. I just kind of...
It makes it doubly as good. I just can't have a second because that would be sugar. Be like,
It's too much sugar for you?
yes. Cheers.
Cheers, young person.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Mm.
I know, right, Jonathan? And he put the goat like way close to the camera. And Miles, that's good. I like that. Okay, Ali, for the politeness modality that's coming up, how do honorifics and such evolve in a language?
I mean, the Latin one really wears its etymology on its sleeve there, right? I'll talk about that in a minute. Just gotta...
Ragdoll's pointing out that you had like 4 peach things in episode 1. Yeah. You remember those little peach candies?
Oh my, yes, I do. Those are so good. Mmm. 1 Copico ain't enough, Jack. You better make it 2. But yeah.
Wanani. Naya. So I need to get a committee to approve that second Copico. I like it.
Yeah, so it's like the TV evolution. I mean, it was nothing. You know what it is. All those V forms are just second person plural forms. So it's not a question of how they evolved, it's why they used it for first person singular, or sorry, second person singular polite. And the basic theory is it's impolite to address somebody directly. And so if you pretend you're talking to the group as opposed to one person individually, that is more polite. So there you go. Same thing happens with third person. It's not just second.
What about Japanese was specifically mentioned? Japanese and Korean.
Japanese, it's just whether they actually use their morphology or not. There are no politeness markers in Japanese. It's just an auxiliary, and it's more polite if you use it, less if you don't. Kind of like in English, it's, I don't know, more formal to say, you know, I'm going to the store versus going to the store. You know, we just did a lot.
Max formality is I will go to the store.
I shall.
Do you remember though? There's actually a shall versus will distinction. Yeah. Okay. There is. In terms of, and like historically, I think this is why it was lost, because it got needlessly complex. It got a little t-e. Actually, too, because it was like needlessly complex to the extreme. That shall and will actually had different meanings based on whether it was a first person subject or not. And then it was opposite if the subject was not first person, where one indicated volition and one indicated just future. And so like I shall go to the store, if I'm remembering correctly, actually meant like I like have volition and I am going to go to the store, like I'm doing this.
Okay.
Versus I will go to the store is like, if I'm able, like I'm predicting maybe in the future I can do this. But if it was like, you shall go to the store, now it's like predicting, but you will go to the store is like, and you have to like order kind of thing.
Well, that would have been something that just somebody made up at some point in time. It's not borne out historically.
And yet there are texts written about this distinction.
Oh, sure.
And so all that is to say, like, I think it got so needlessly complex that it was like, yeah, let's just get rid of one because one is more useful than the other. Anyway.
Oh, actually, Japanese does have another one, the whole O thing, but oddly enough, Hawaiian has the same one. Hawaiian has also O. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't mean anything. It's just like you just throw it in front of things to make them more formal, and it became standard with second person. So that's why it's aloha oi. But I mean, that seems like it was probably just, you know, It's a word when they just do it, like reduplication. What's that word? I've used it before.
Ad hoc.
Affective.
Oh, affective, yes.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, it's a nice, deep, resonant, round vowel. I think it gets attached to fanciness sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess.
And then quick thing, Minnie, the screaming goat, was introduced last episode, so you may have missed part of last episode and or all of it. And there was a screaming goat involved. And then GC Megan's comment, Ohana means family.
Oh my goodness. And family means no one gets left behind.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, you don't remember the old LangTime hero, Vincent Van Gogh?
He's missing an ear, which I have not found at all.
It's
so
gone. Why do you think he's screaming?
Have you never had it? Anyway.
Was it Christmas last week?
Well, it may have been like a family Christmas or a friend's Christmas or something. And so, okay, to explain, just backtrack a tiny, tiny bit, and then we're going to move forward with a new one of these suffixes, okay? So decide what you want. By the way, the tetanus shot, like, it's a delayed arm pain. Like, I woke up today feeling just fine, and now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, ow, that hurt.
Oh, yeah.
That delayed.
Oh,
anyway.
It's a real thing there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you scroll down and pick what we're going to do next, screaming goat, see a late Christmas. See?
Mm-hmm.
I got David a screaming goat for Christmas. Because one of our very first interactions was through a Conlang relay text that he created. And the Conlang relay text at the very end, the very last line, is like, now ride and scream like a goat. And so I was making it reminiscent of that. I don't believe we have picked a number system.
Oh, God, no. Oh, my.
But have you picked what we're doing next here?
Oh, let's take a look. So to do with confidence, to do respectfully, politely, or reverently, I suppose it's a little different. But
quick question, sorry. I'm going to interrupt just asking you to do what I asked you to do. Can you go back to that verb list and enter to spin in the list of verbs that we're going to need to...
All right.
Thank you.
And
That came from to chew. That's where it came from.
Whoops.
Jonathan, apparently the screaming goat toy exists because of some online sensation that I didn't know anything about. I just was like, oh my gosh, I can get David a screaming goat to remind him of way back in the day. Okay, let's scroll down.
Who do you mean we? You can always do whatever. That's what the feedback channel is for. I'm going on a trip, so I might not get to it quick, but.
And some of it will also depend on like not just understanding the template, but then saying like where did it come from, kind of thing. Okay, so you had highlighted confidence or politeness.
Yeah, because I feel like they could come from the same thing.
Interesting. I like it. And then we'd have a verb for to smile, and then I can do a drawing with smiling. So, just smile.
Yeah. Now the question though is, how do we feel about conflating these? I think it's an interesting idea. I mean, obviously we want to have a bunch of different things, but I think it's an interesting idea because perhaps being bold and being confident is interpreted as a way to do respect to one's elders because they were bold and confident, and that's what led to the amazing and perfect mouse society that they live in.
Interesting. I mean, I'm on board with it.
Okay.
A little ambiguity in language is always, it's always something to have fun with. Oh, and Ali, one of the levels, although like all patrons can be a part of our patron Discord in the general chat area, but there is a special channel for, is it conspirator? Is the 12th one?
Yeah, conspirators.
Yeah, conspirators. For feedback, more specific feedback on conlanes. But yeah, Mateus, that works well.
Okay. Here we go. Respectfully, politely, reverently, confidently. Well, this better be something that doesn't change before W.
Why is that?
So that we can do this.
Oh, you want to delete it?
So that it fits on one line.
Oh gosh, I wasn't picking up on what you were doing there. Okay.
So smile.
We need to see if it's been used. But CIS as a protoform.
Oh my.
Oh.
Well, that's a gigantic word for to give, but
I think it's the only place.
all right.
Yeah.
I say we do it.
Yay! Because isn't that cute?
Yeah. No, that was really good.
Exactly. Cheese.
Okay, and now let's just. Oh boy.
Whoopsie.
Let's just take a look at wound and make sure. Okay. Good.
Oh, and it's low tone because the S, the fricatives bring it down to low tone?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to just look at something real quick. Make sure that I haven't misremembered. Yeah. All right.
And then if we go back up to the vowel list and enter that protoform and whatnot after you're done doing this.
Mm-hmm. Let's do a little
You scroll down a little bit. Did you change the?
I don't know if I did, but I want to do something real quick here so that things don't get rocketously out of hand.
I think you passed it. Right there. Oh, down.
What?
Right there.
Oh,
Do
no,
you
no,
want
no.
that one? Oh, you want a different.
I want a different one.
Oh, no.
Okay. Etymology. And then we have
Sup?
spin. Okay, so we don't like this bullet.
No. And by we, it's, oh my, you can't use a white bullet. That's never going to show up. What about, I mean, we've used that one, I think, but it at least looks much better. Oh.
Oh.
No.
Wait, no?
No.
I thought that was a big yes, because it's clearly visually different.
Make it size like 40 if you're going to do that. It's way too big.
Really?
Yeah, way too big.
I thought that made it cool.
Okay, that's way better.
Do you like it?
I mean, no, but if you like it, then I'm going to go with it.
Well, I wanted something that looked like it was pointing to it. Do that.
It could also be pinned. Little thumbtack there at the bottom. But make it bigger, because right now the size is 40. Like, make that 100. Yeah, let's see. There we go. See, it's pinned in history. I like that one.
All right, here we go. I almost feel like doing this. You're gonna.
Jonathan said you should use cheese emoji for these bullets. That's awesome.
I almost feel like doing those.
Anyway.
Because it's a pin. All right. Okay, so I want to do this so that we remember. All right. Also, do you feel like this should be indented less? Or is it good?
I think it's good because it's different.
Okay.
And it's underlined, which brings attention to it.
Okay, so this is zoom, which...
Ejective.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Because otherwise it would be thum and tho.
Yes, and it is
To scurry.
meaning to scurry. Then we have this, which is, as far as I know, we do an IPA here for these?
Yeah.
It's just that, right?
I don't know.
That's why I wanted to do it. Yep. All right, and then... All right.
Ooh, did we have one below that? Or is that the last one?
And then
Oh, nice, Minnie. That's fun.
to chew. And this was actually that, right?
I believe so.
Yep. Okay.
And Jake is saying Serdis, yeah, could be fun. I don't know if that would be. Yeah, it does, Jonathan. Okay, so we can delete underneath the respectfully, politely, and confidence notes, because we just did those.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, the rest needs to stay. Okay, so what are you feeling if you want to do something sarcastically? You could laugh. You could like blink or something where it's like essentially their version of an eye roll.
Yeah. Give us some suggestions, because like Yeah, when you do something sarcastically, I think these are the first things that jump to mind, like rolling the eyes and stuff. But hopefully we can get something that can come from a more basic verb root.
To wink. Because you're doing it with dual intention. Wink, wink. A tail flick. To stare.
Also, we can build up some of these things. If we're going serial verbs, right? If you can think of a couple of different verbs that you can put right in a row, there can be longer suffixes.
To lie or to fib has come up. Oh, to sneer. Nice. To leer, to jeer. We have all these words in English. Sneer, leer, jeer. Like, why?
What was that?
This is dangerous.
What was that show where there was somebody who couldn't stop winking? And so, like, every time they said something, they winked because something was wrong with their eye.
Well, there's an episode of Frasier that I just watched where that happened.
It wasn't that. It was something I've seen a lot more.
There's an episode of Friends where Rachel keeps winking at people.
Not that one.
Okay, so we are getting way off topic.
It's clearly a used
stiff tail.
A used trope, but it's a good one. Tail wagging in mice is an expression of annoyance or outright aggression if it is directed at another mouse. How about that?
Ooh, interesting. How about to sniff? Like to snort. Snort is a better word.
Okay. I am having another thought here. It's really nice. I like that. And this thought was this. If these are serial verb constructions, then a full verb could be one that has an applicative in it. And we can build things up like that in the same way that you say, no good, double-dealing, dirty, downtrodden rascal, things like that.
Sure.
Because, I was thinking, tail wag, sniff. But I like kind of sniff.
I'm trying to figure out what smell is for me. From Norway.
It's some sort of dinner.
What do you think they're having?
Probably a stew.
Oh, definitely something with meat.
Yep.
Anyway. To judge. Ooh, and a curious mouse is inclined to perk his ears up and forward. If the ears are down and pointed back, the mouse is showing a defensive posture, especially if this is accompanied by stiff body language. Ooh, thank you, Zakari. Interesting things.
Well, thank you, Zakari. This is super helpful. And now I'm wondering, because it's of course, cats do a very similar thing. Cats, when they're interested, right, their ears are up like this, and then when they're upset or afraid, their ears go down and back.
I feel like, dogs do something very similar.
Dogs have a little bit less control of their ears. I guess it depends on the dog.
Depends on the dog.
And whether their ears are the little stiff, pointy, uppy guys or the flappy, downy guys.
Right. With applicatives with this idea. I know we did one for the copular construction. We did an applicative. What else have we done with applicatives? I can't remember. So if you want to scroll, let me know.
Well, okay. But before doing that, this was the question I wanted to ask. And Dark Horse, I actually met with a researcher at Boston University, it was MIT, who was working on something like that. Not for mice, but it was for dogs, but it's like, I don't see why it wouldn't be beyond mice. No, so here's the question I wanted to ask, the important question. Could there be a verb that just means to make the ears go back?
I feel like if it's an important enough gesture, then yeah. I mean, it's the same thing as like we have verbs for what our eyes can do because that's an important gesture.
Yeah.
But if they never needed to blink, then they would be like, "Why do you have a word for to like blink versus close your eyes quickly or something?"
Right, because the rabbits also have a verb for twitching the ears, but then they don't do the same thing with the ears that mice and cats do. And so that would be interesting. So it's like, you know, mice and cats would both have verbs for these things and would find it strange that others don't.
Right. And dogs, being inclusive of all breeds, would not want to have that to leave the floppy-eared dogs out of the verbs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
boy, this is really sad.
it's sad. Okay. Oh, and sneer seems to be part of the etymology and sarcasm.
Oh, that is too interesting not to look up fully. But let's think about pulling the ears back and how we would want to define that. And then what other verbs might be connected to that. Because I thought sarcasm was cutting.
A sneer. Look. Sarcasmos is a sneer.
Oh.
But it comes from I gnash the teeth or I strip off the flesh. From flesh.
Oh. Comes from flesh. My goodness.
Yikes. So I was just going to say, oh, should we have a different modality for the ear back thing? Because that seems like a very aggressive origin for sarcasm. But apparently sarcasm is very aggressive.
Yeah, I thought it came from something that had to mean, that meant cut.
As something that I do to be snarky and hopefully kind of funny. Like, it's really a little bit like, oh, that's sad that it has that kind of origin.
Use some more verbs from nouns, adjectives, or other verbs. Frequentive form. So, to flesh something. Oh boy, meet it. It's weird.
So yeah, so if we wanted a sort of aggressive ears back situation to cast shade, ooh.
With the ears back though, I think that it would actually conflate, and it would mean to do something sarcastically, but perhaps also to do it, you know, in an angry way.
Angrily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I really want to look this up because I'm pretty sure I know what the etymology is, but I want to double check because I've never actually looked it up and always assumed. Let's make it work, right? No, it's twitch plus jerk.
I was gonna say that's what I thought. I didn't know what you thought though.
Yeah, I always thought it was just from to make it work. Huh, how about that? Okay. Live and learn. Okay.
Interesting. Oh, they bulge their eyes out when they're happy. Little bulgy eyes.
Wow.
Okay, but going back to
Yeah.
ears, to lay your ears down or something of that nature, throw your ears back.
Do you like that?
Like throwing my ears back.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah, but we need a word for it.
All right, so we do.
And I feel like we haven't used a lot of fricatives up front.
Okay.
Like, I believe we in the protoforms have F, S, and
Yeah, look at this. We have t and then th. And then
we do have those fricatives. Okay. So maybe we need more stops. Yeah, like a P,
P. Yeah,
T,
we haven't done anything like that.
K. I'm just throwing stops out at you.
Those are the three. Those are the three horsemen.
We also have the adjectives of all of them, but no voicing, right?
Hmm.
The voicing only comes about in phonological shifts.
Yeah. By the way, if P, T, and K are like, Paul, John, and George, who's Ringo? Is the glottal stop? Is it Q? Is it Kya?
Well, in our language, I guess the C, because that's all we got left.
No, in our language, but I meant in general.
Um,
Seeing a recommendation of Poland, we have. Do we have an adjective P?
yes, we do.
We.
So I was thinking adjective PA. Something like bah.
My God, we do. Like, we've never used it. Okay.
Yeah, we have.
Wait. What do we use it?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we've used it.
Well, I'm happy to use it again. I'm pretty sure that what they're making is shish kebab.
Oh, that would be. It smells very good. Like but it's just really making me hungry because it smells so good. And it's like, I swear, just pumping right through our vents into our nostrils. Like bun or pak or.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Ooh, pak.
Yeah, let's try that. I like that. I don't think it's going to change before W. Yeah, and so then it's just. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Okay, and this is not very informative, so we just delete that now. And this is sarcastically or angrily.
I feel like sarcastically should be the top definition.
Yeah.
Angrily.
And so we have vowel, and then before vowels, it's
Still had to. Because
Yeah.
that K would get carried over.
Yep. And this is to
Lay down
the
one's
ears back.
Nice. You
Yeah.
ate it sarcastically. Yeah, you did. I mean, I was eating it ironically.
That would be a tough one to do ironic.
Right?
Yeah.
Ooh, don't forget the adjective.
Pizza time.
The PA there you just typed has no adjective.
And he says it's pizza time.
Oh, I forgot to have you scroll up to double check that one time. Oh, nice. I forgot to have you scroll up though.
To enter stuff.
Yeah, that too. But I also wanted to check at one point. I wasn't sure if it was getting carried down.
So.
Yeah. I think it's low tone.
Yeah, it sure is. And this is
To lay back the ears. Or to lay the ears back. Yeah, it is about poll time. Just so we can get the decision done, because then we can go look at that cautiously one.
Yeah, I figured we'd just do something else with the writing system.
Not ready for numbers yet.
Oh boy, could do that. But like, I feel like the answer is just really going to upset you.
Upset me? I never get confused or otherwise frustrated with numbering systems. It's always clear as a bell to me how to count in non-base 10 numbering systems. I know not of what you speak.
I see. It's something like it could be, base 5 for the first 5 times, and then after that it switches to base 7 the next 7 times.
I swear. Oh, we had a demonstrative poll. We didn't do a number poll, right? Like all of a sudden I'm like, wait, did we do one?
What do you mean?
We haven't done a number base for this.
No, we haven't.
Okay. I was just. Whew. That's right, Miles. But did you see the big wink? Exactly. Page 27. Many. Shaking my head at you. So something else, writing system E, including potentially how things are going to be put together or something.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
So cool. David will figure that out. You're welcome, partner. Threw you right under that bus. Oh, no. We are not allowed. We will have a base 1. They never count.
Well, no, base 1 works. Wait. Oh, does it?
Because you can never go above 1, right? Or you can never have 1. Because, or you can only have 1?
Yeah, base 2 has to be the minimal, right? Because if it's base 1, then the moment you start counting, you just have to...
1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the end of Clue, the movie. Where they're trying to count the bullets. It was 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 by 1.
I've only seen Clue once, and that would have been in 1989, I want to say.
You need to do a rewatch before a particular psych episode.
Really? Which one? Have we already seen it?
No.
Okay.
Anyway. You're right now. Base 1 is really just tally marks. I agree, Jonathan. You gotta watch Clue again. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. Not 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Yeah, it was like a whole thing. Okay, so.
Okay.
All that is to say, now we can work on cautiously. The poll will have something to do with writing. Ish. Something. And yeah. So we have ideas.
Yeah, we do. And so I'm actually wondering if we can get to whisper from something else. Like, if there's a way that we can come up with something that means it's a general diminutive. That means to to do anything softly or lightly. And then what we do is we combine speak with that and make that whole thing a suffix that means to do cautiously.
And remind me, we don't actually have to speak yet, right? So this would be both. Okay.
Yeah, but essentially the speak plus softly would get us to whisper, and then whisper would itself become the suffix there. What do you think?
I like it.
Okay.
Is it going to do something softly or quietly? is that going to come from, like, is that, as a manner adverb, is that going to come from noun or verb?
Well, that's what I was trying to. I was wondering if we could break whisper down into speak and soft, and then just have that soft, since it would be useful on its own. And so the question is there anything that would just give us soft?
Because I believe our actual adverbs, the way we attach them to verbs, were from nouns.
Uh-huh.
And I believe that most of our adjectives came from nouns too.
Yes.
Not all of them.
Yeah, they did. So I was wondering
And
if we could
so-
have a verb that would get us to soft.
Verb, not a noun.
I think that's a verb.
So it's going to be a serial verb construction
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
an adverb-y type
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yeah.
Got you. I mean, to tiptoe. To. Are you gonna sneeze?
No.
Oh.
No. Keep thinking.
To float like a feather.
Oh, float. That might be good.
Or a leaf. To warm.
Dang, I don't think they have anything for that. I was hoping that they had something like this in this, and I would just look up the etymology.
To care, to be lazy, or some ideas coming from chat. To sneak, to diffuse. To cover.
To cover, can you tell me how that works, or how you get there?
I actually had a few different things in my head all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of a parent mouse lightly draping a cover over a sleeping baby mouse. Very soft and light and like that. But then I was also thinking about how, like, if you were going to do something quietly, you could, like, cover yourself to dampen sounds. You know, whether you're, like, traipsing along with your little eyes peeking out. Your little invisibility cloak, if you will. Or, yeah. So those are the kinds of things I was thinking of when I thought of, like, to cover.
I like that idea.
Anime fan, I don't know how much you missed. But we have really been working a lot on these suffixes today. That's it. To hide, to be gentle, to hug, which we're already using hug for other things. To sit on something soft, to sleep.
I really like this idea, this cover idea.
And we had talked last time, by the way, because Ali is saying something about, like, really pushing for a negative connotation for caution. And even though polite and confident end up conflating, they conflate for very different reasons. And to do something confidently doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it well. So it could actually be a better thing if you do something with caution, especially when you're among the smallest members, even after they grow, after the after the sort of evolutionary process and they grow larger, they're still going to be the smallest of a lot of the animal communities around them. And of course, having committees oversee everything means there's a level of caution built into the society, where to be cautious is actually potentially the better thing to do. And David's looking through one of his books right now.
I'm really liking cover. I like the sense that you're doing there. It's I feel it.
Because another, like, if we wanted to semantically extend cover from, blanket, also, like, if you cover your mouth, it's gonna make it a quieter sound if you.
It's another great reason. Yeah.
And so, whether you use your paw or an actual something to cover it up.
Yeah. This is
just a rub in there.
This is just rude.
Okay, that's an annoying squeaky sound. Okay, I'm gonna move my chair.
This is really good. Okay, yeah, we gotta do this. It's just too good not to do. And so, now we need a word for cover. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna say that this is softly quietly, gently, which is not this, by the way. This is just the first part.
Yes, this is to get us to the whisper portion. Okay, so we had noticed we haven't really used a lot of the stops up front for the verbs. So either a T, but also I don't think we have a lot of R roots that would turn into an L, and I feel like that may be a good route to explore for this particular one.
I think it's a good idea.
I had one good idea. Did you want CVC?
I don't know. What about this?
It would be an R in the protoform, but yes.
Yes. And that would be Lou without a high tone, right?
Let's say check that.
Okay. Where are those sound changes?
Oh, I was thinking check it in Lexergy.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a better idea because I think that happened first.
It's the L doesn't exist in protoform.
Thank you. But I think it does it anyway because you can put anything in there. I mean, I will change it, but I think it's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so then we have.
Oh, and so it just doesn't become E.
That's right.
You can add the fifth X if you really want to make sure we don't get all the XXXXs from below.
So this is Cindy Lou too. Okay.
Aww.
This is
To cover.
to cover.
Aww. Okay, I'm really happy with this.
Yeah. And now we can do cautiously with concern by whispering.
Which we need a verb for to speak.
Yes.
There we could have a T or an adjective T. We haven't done, I don't think, a lot of T verbs. I don't think.
Just to be sure we don't have this, right? Yeah, we don't. Okay. We don't, it's like,
Because remember, like, the language name, we were like, oh, it's going to just be the ablative of the noun, which means we don't actually have to come up with a verb for speak or noun for speech.
oh yeah, yeah, I do remember that. Okay, what about something slightly onomatopoeic?
Okay,
I don't know.
that sounds perfect. Would that be?
Sorry, how do mice squeak?
Okay, the first one was more on board with what I would think when I hear.
Well, okay, so what does it sound like to you? What I was doing, or what does little mice squeakies sound like to you?
Ejective T-U-T.
Really?
Or really, it's the like, which we don't have. Or just ejective T, U or O. It's definitely back.
Because that's going to come out as.
Try just T-O, no consonant at the end.
That's just going to come out as toe. Yeah. Toe.
I don't know. What do you think? Is that enough for an ah?
I mean, to me, it sounds like N-I.
In?
N-I, and then C. That's what it sounds like to me.
Where are you getting the N?
It's nasalized. When you do that, it's nasalized. If it weren't nasalized, it would be
I'm holding my breath though when doing it.
it's definitely nasalized. Why?
Hold your nose.
I can't really do it.
Now we're on the squirrel language though, I think. How are we? Weird. Okay. Total squirrel languages. I would need to look at the full list to see if we have the ejective have.
We do.
Mitra.
Hmm.
But this wouldn't actually be what we're plugging in because it would have to be neat plus Lou.
Yeah, that's right.
Because nothing is going to be done spokenly, right?
Yeah. That's interesting.
So this would be the ROU would have to come in between because it's going to be the final one, right?
Nino.
Well, did you want another nasal or did you?
I don't know. Did we? I mean, we only have nya so far, right?
Guess so. I was making an neat. Nilu.
I mean, it's.
Ooh, not like that. But in is good. Nilu, it's good. I was just seeing how it would come out. I just needed you to do the
Nilu.
process.
Nilo. It would be Nilo. Do you like Nilo or do you want Nilo?
We'll do Nilu.
Okay. So, cautiously, with concern.
Concernedly.
Oh boy.
Hey. Yes.
And so we have. Nope. Consciously.
Excellent.
Wow.
Times New Rodentia. Ah, nice.
And then make sure that we actually get this in here.
Okay. Well, I think we need to stop there.
Yeah.
We're in our last 2 minutes. Prudent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we're getting there.
We can do a 10th one at the beginning of next episode before we do something else. I don't know.
Oh,
There's so much else we can do, but
oh yeah, there's a lot more.
do some coordination, so I can do some coordination in my drawings,
Yeah, because they're also going to be stuff.
and so that would be good.
Yeah.
I definitely like that. Awesome. So I'm happy with our progress. Really like this language.
Yeah.
I would never be able to speak it.
Really?
I feel like my brain would just always confuse things, and then the adjectives are always going to come out as non-adjective, and so then the mice will be like really needlessly confused because they'll be like, "What are you saying?" And so I would struggle with it, but I like it. It makes me happy.
Excellent.
And the mice are also my favorite to draw.
Really? I think for me, I would like to draw cats.
They're really too complicated. Like, I'm already a bit concerned about what's going to happen with the drawings as we shift to another language, because both cats and dogs are difficult for me.
Well, what's difficult about them?
Because the way they, like, I can always clothe them, but like, it's the way the legs and then the little paws, and like, I put too much pressure on myself because mice can be cute and cartoony. Cats just feel very difficult, and they've got those like regal little nose bumps, and I don't want to mess it up and have all the cats of the world hate me.
Have you seen the Cats movie? You're putting too much pressure on yourself.
Anyway, I feel like they didn't put enough pressure on themselves. And I do not want to be a cartoon version of the Cats movie. Okay. Oh, thank you, Minnie. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like them too. It was so nice seeing them all go to vote.
Awesome. Well, again, I have now busked enough to take us to the end of the episode.
All right.
And so stay grammar, everyone. Hope that your week goes well, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.